Okay, hey everyone, I'm Emily Russell. I'm a media and entertainment major here at KSU. And with that being said, I'm a huge fan of the arts as well as people who create art. But in today's culture, it can be a tricky thing to declare loyalty to a particular artist. Sometimes a lot of prominent people are not who they appear to be. I remember the first time I saw the movie American Beauty when I was about 15 years old. It definitely struck a chord with me. The cinematography was amazing and the performances were really incredible. It was definitely one of the movies that made me want to become a filmmaker. And so taking away from that, there was one performance that really stuck out to me, and that was Kevin Spacey's. His witty sarcasm and deadpan delivery had 15-year-old me obsessed. And so, of course, I went and watched more of his movies like The Usual Suspects and Seven and The Ref and a couple other ones. Kevin Spacey definitely had a fan in me, and I was always wanting to know what his next move would be. That was until October 2017 when an actor came forward with allegations against Spacey involving sexual advances made towards him when he was just 14 years old. Spacey was then almost immediately fired from Hollywood and deleted. Kevin Spacey isn't the only one this has happened to, and he won't be the last. Because of this, I asked myself if I should continue to be a fan of his work. Should I erase him from the art I consume? Should I erase American Beauty, a movie in which his performance had such an impact on me? Is it as simple as separating the art from the artist? Or should we delete everything they've touched from our history books? Many prominent names and talented people and artists in the industry are being exposed for their abusive and violent behavior, which leaves the public wondering if they should still appreciate the art they've made. In this speech, I plan to discuss the rise of the Me Too movement and the act of separating the art from the artist. So, to start at the beginning, the Me Too movement started in 2006 by social activist Tanara Burke to support survivors, particularly women, of sexual assault. Fast forward to October 2017, a New York Times article was published about film executive Harvey Weinstein. It exposed him of his history of sexual abuse ranging from misconduct to rape, and the article had 8 direct accounts from separate women about his abuse towards them, including actor Ashley Judd. After the article surfaced, this prompted people to come forward on social media with their own stories of sexual abuse. A quote from M.L. Issett in the journal Activist Groups and Political Organizations states, quote, "In October 15, actor Alyssa Milano asked followers on social media service Twitter to reply to her post Me Too if they'd ever been sexually harassed or assaulted. By the following day, the hashtag Me Too had been used more than 200,000 times, and the movement grew from there," end quote. Many more big names were soon accused of sexual misconduct, including Kevin Spacey, politician Roy Moore, comedian Louis C.K., and Senator Al Franken. Not to mention, in the wake of this, Bill Cosby was awaiting trial for his sexual crimes, to which eventually he would be sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. Okay, so now I'm going to discuss the act of separating the art from the artist. A quote by Sarah Lyle and Dave Itzkoff in a 2017 New York Times article states, quote, "Alfred Hitchcock abused actresses who worked for him so openly that you can see his dysfunctional psychosexual power dynamics right on screen," end quote. His work is still appreciated by critics and moviegoers alike. Director Roman Polanski was convicted of having sexual relations with a 13-year-old girl, yet Rosemary's Baby is still praised as being one of the greatest films of all time. While many shows have been outright canceled due to sexual allegations, including House of Cards and Jeffrey Tambor's Transparent, many people in the industry still have mixed emotions about whether you should still enjoy and consume their work. In the same article, a quote from producer-director Judd Apatow states, "We have an instinct to instantly try to figure out how to redeem all these people and still be able to enjoy all of this work. It's a very selfish instinct." Some people, such as feminist scholar Camille Pagila, argue that art should be, quote, "beyond the scope of punishment and should exist in a completely separate realm than the artist who creates it." It's apparent that many people choose to draw the line in different areas, but what is important is that we should always be conscious of the art we are consuming. Now that I've gone over the Me Too movement and the act of separating the art from the artist, I hope you guys took away something from this speech. Although the lines are blurred when it comes to the moral dilemma of separating art, ultimately the decision is up to you. It's up to you to determine how far you're willing to go to consume this art. Whether you decide to pass on renting Rosemary's Baby or write off Hitchcock movies altogether, the choice is ultimately up to you. Thank you.